As a fat person,
I'm HIV positive.
Did you know that Abraham Lincoln was queer? Sure, he was married to a woman.
What's up, everybody? My name is Amir and welcome back to the channel. Today it's Halloween. If you're watching this on Halloween, welcome. You get a good surprise. If you're not watching this on Halloween, well, just know I'm burning up in this. In today's video, we'll be reacting to a plethora of crazy, insane TikToks because today is also an insane day. One of my favorite holidays. It's Halloween. I just love the whole month of October, honestly. But yeah, if you couldn't tell, I am one of my favorite Halloween movies ever. I feel like a ghetto girl with these nails. It's just very fun. One of my favorite movies is called, obviously, if you know this is Freddy. Freddy's the best. He's amazing. But yeah, like I said before, today we're going to react to a bunch of insane TikToks, woke TikTok. It's going to be a mess. So without further ado, we're just going to dive straight into it.
Put HIV positive on my profiles. People don't want to touch you. I remember being on a date with someone. So I brought him back to my place. Was like, okay, like I need to tell you something. Like I'm HIV positive. And I remember he like looked at me. It was like I murdered him. I was like, I thought he was going to beat the shit out of me. He was like, I can't believe you wouldn't tell me. And like you gave me HIV and like was just losing his mind. And I'm like, no, that's not possible. Even if I bled on you, like in an open wound, like that wouldn't happen. I'm undetectable. And like, you know, but he just like didn't want to hear it. Now, like the way the law goes, like being undetectable, like I really don't have to like disclose my status. Right. And you think about it, like anyone that you meet on your first date or if like you're hooking up, like are you like, I have diabetes.
Oh, diabetes? You can, what? You can't sit here and compare diabetes and having high blood pressure with being HIV positive. Like, I'm sorry. That's something you definitely should be disclosing to your partners. See, just, ugh. Now that gives me the heebie-jeebies, not this. That's insane. I wish somebody, that is disgusting. Why would you not tell somebody or disclose somebody? Like, I get it. It's harder to be on dates, but like, what do you expect? This is a part of that life, I guess, like, being HIV positive. I don't know what else to tell you.
Blood pressure. You're not telling them any of this shit. Where HIV is now, like if you are undetectable, like you don't necessarily like have to disclose that. I don't think you're putting anyone at any risk that you have to like necessarily go through that, but it's because of the stigma and shame that I feel like I have to disclose.
Okay, you may not be detectable now, but what if you were detectable and then you realize you're detectable and then you give it to somebody else? Like, could you imagine? That doesn't make any sense to me at all whatsoever. This is so much fun, you guys. Period poo. Period.
as a fat person, I often dread medical appointments because of blatant medical fat phobia.
Girl, being fat is a medical issue in itself. So like, how you scared to go to the doctor because of fat phobia when they're there to help you to begin with? But two, it's already a health concern, you being fat in the first place. Like, that's already something that's... And I thought I was the crazy one.
The provider blamed everything on my weight and told me that I needed to go on a medication that made me feel really terrible. This OB appointment that I just went to, I've been dreading, and the provider was amazing. She asked me what my pronouns are. She asked me about my name. She made me feel super comfortable, asked me about my trauma history so that she knew how to touch me in ways that were not harmful. She just was like, great. And I was crying before getting my blood drawn because I just never have good experiences.
You know, I'll give it to her that. I am glad that she had a good medical experience because obviously like she didn't like going to the doctor because she's big and she like all that judgment. But like, you have to acknowledge at some point that you do need help and you do need to lose weight because it is just very unhealthy to be that big in general. That's not being mean, that's not being hateful, that's not being fatphobic. It is what it is. That's just the truth of the matter. So, but I will give it to her. I am glad and thankful that she did have a good experience because oftentimes there are a decent amount of people who don't have good times at the doctors. And at that, like, no one ever talks about the medical malpractice that is out there and the amount of times doctors actually do make mistakes or injure the people that they're trying to be helping. You know, it's unfortunate that that happens, but do know that if it ever happens to you, you can check out Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Everything is free unless you win your case, which that alone is mind-blowing in itself. But not just that, their lawyers don't play. Someone got offered $20 million pre-trial, and then they linked up with Morgan & Morgan, and boom, they ended up getting $120 million. This person right here got offered $16,000 pre-trial, and Morgan & Morgan said, nah, I need you to add a couple zeros to that. And a lot of us haven't even gone through something like this, but we're all aware if you're gonna tackle a major company, you're gonna need a major law firm to back you up. And Morgan & Morgan would do just that to fight and get you every penny that you deserve if you become their client. It only takes a few minutes to see if you have a case, and you can do that by going over to forthepeople.com/Amir. And as you see here, you can receive your free case evaluation on a multitude of case types. And remember, when you hire Morgan & Morgan, you're not just getting a lawyer, you're getting a whole dedicated legal team. Case investigators, paralegals, and customer case specialists that are all focused on maximizing your settlement. So if you ever got seriously injured or you're injured now, your case could be worth millions, and you're only a few clicks away from finding out and changing your life forever. You can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan by going to forthepeople.com/Amir, which is in the link below, or you can scan the QR code here on the screen. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Hi, this is a series about cutting off your Trumpy family members. Why do you need to be perfect? Why do you need to consider everyone's feelings and make sure everyone is okay in the situation and watch what you say and say it perfectly and say it right, while they get to say whatever? They get to be racist, mean, awful to you, not respect your boundaries. They get to say whatever, do whatever, never consider you.
What's crazy is that these are the same people that's always saying, we need more unity, we need more love, we need more respect, we need this, and that. But then you sit here and make videos about how you should cut off your Trump supporting family and friends just because they support Trump. Like, you can sit here and call him a racist all day long, but at the end of the day, there's still a ton of black people who support Trump as it is. So it's like, you're talking about they're not considerate of your feelings. Maybe you're not considerate of the people of color feelings that you always say you want to be respectful for and hear black people out. Well, how about you hear the black people who disagree with you? Speaking of, I'm turning into a real sassy queen with this damn finger thing. It's so much fun.
Feelings. Why do you need to be perfect? And they get to do and say whatever. Does that sound fair to you?
Or you just agree to disagree and go on about your day. Like, that's totally fine and acceptable. You're not hateful or bigoted or anything else just for... This don't make no sense to me. Again, it's all unity, love, and respect until they realize that you don't think like them. Because this person wants to be so trans accepting, so gay accepting, so unity, so equality, this, that, and the third. But when it comes to having a Trump supporting family member, now it's a problem. Why? What we got? Well, how many links I got? 1, 2... 3, 4, 5. It's hot. Next video, this is coming off.
How am I going to explain trans people to my kids? Well, I am a TA in kindergarten class, and I explained it to them today. So, people were wondering if I was a boy or a girl, and so they asked me. One of the kids said, Bernie, are you a boy or a girl? And I said, that's a great question. I'm kind of in between. And he was like, what? No, are you a boy or a girl? And I was like, well, are you a boy or a girl? And he's like, I'm a boy. And what do you think Lisette is? I think Lisette's a girl. Cool. So some people are boys, some people are girls, and some people can be in between, or they can be neither. Most people are boys or girls, and sometimes people switch from one to the other. What? You mean I could be a girl? Yeah, you could be a girl if you wanted to. Right now? Yeah, if you wanted to, you could say, I'm a girl, and if you wanted, I could call you by a different name and call you she. And he was like, but I don't want to be a girl. And I said, that's great. That means you're a boy, and I'll call you by your name and use he. And he said, okay.
Again, it's like the only reason I feel like the gay community is getting this much hate and this much just disrespect is because of that hurt. I think it's mainly because of things like this, because you got teachers out here that hurt. You have teachers out here really targeting children and teaching them that they can be a boy, they can be a girl. That's not a teacher's role. And we'll need some... Listen, when I adopt, I'm gonna make sure them damn kids get a good education, and I know every single one of their teachers, because it is sad how many like public schools are just out there where the parents aren't that involved at all, and you got teachers like this teaching your kids they can be they thems, non-binaries, whatever it may be, and it could potentially lead them down the path that they may regret further on, like all these detransitions that we be talking about. Like, this is what people are out here teaching kids, and this is why all these Republicans be like, you know what, screw you. Okay, listen up. I talked about this in the last video. The LGBTQIA+ community, we all under one umbrella, right? Well, it's people like this that ruin it for everybody, because it's people like this that make the Republicans and the center right people be like, you know what, F it, scrap the whole community. Since they all want to be one community, they all want to be under one umbrella, the LGBTQ+ community, boom, get rid of it all because they're doing things like this. That's why I speak up, because that has nothing to do with me, and I don't agree with that at all.
What's the difference between pansexual and panromantic? Well,
First off, I know what pansexual is. I'm pretty sure that pansexual is when you down for whatever. You can be with a trans girl, trans woman, trans man, men, women, like basically bisexual, but you're including the trans community, which I do think that could be like its own sexuality. Like I can get behind pansexual just because for me, even though I'm a dude that likes dudes, I'm not someone that's attracted to a female presenting person, a very female like person, but has a pole. I don't want none of that. And there are men out there that do want just that. So that's your own little category, I guess. So I'll agree that's the LGB MP. Maybe I'm up for conversation. I'm open-minded. You know, I'm down for whatever. But what is this?
Pansexual and panromantic both fall under the boy umbrella, which means they're both similar.
People who identify as pansexual are sexually attracted to everyone, regardless of gender.
Damn, that person's hot. Ow, ow. Well, I want to take them back to my crib and clown around, you know. Meanwhile,
people that identify as panromantic are romantically attracted to everyone, regardless of gender. However, they might not be sexually attracted to everyone. Hey,
my God, I do not want to clown around and honk in bed with that person, but man.
Is that not just being a regular human being? Because I'm a gay man, but I need to stop. That hurts. I'm a regular schmegular gay man, but I can acknowledge that Beyonce's a baddie, Kim K's a baddie, Charlie XCX a baddie. I can acknowledge like they're hot, and I definitely don't want to do anything sexually with them. So how does that make me pan-romantic? It just makes me a basic human being that can acknowledge when someone's pretty or not. Like I truly feel like some of these gay people make it more complex and more harder than it needs to be, and they're breaking us up into all the different communities and all these different labels and this and that. When in reality, this pan-romantic is what everybody experiences and everybody goes through. Everybody can acknowledge that someone's hot. I have a lot of straight friends that can acknowledge another straight guy is attractive. That doesn't mean they want to bang them, of course, because of why? They already have their sexuality. Like they're already straight.
Did you know that Abraham Lincoln was queer? Sure, he was married to a woman eventually, but he had 2 male partners before that. The first was Billy Green, a man that Lincoln met before he got into politics. Lincoln and Green shared a bed every night for 18 months. Now, the bed itself was smaller than a twin size, so the only way it could have worked is if they were spooning. And you could say that it's just 2 friends sharing a bed for 18 months, but how about this quote from Green, where he says that Lincoln's thighs are the most perfect any human could be. His thighs. After the 2 parted ways, Lincoln met the love of his life, Joshua Speed. On the very first day they met, Lincoln moved in and started sharing a bed with Speed. To be clear, Lincoln was a lawyer at this point. He had enough money to buy his own room. But for 4 years, he shared one with Joshua Speed.
Where are they getting this information from? This sounds like a ChatGPT script. And I know there's been a lot of controversy with what's the homegirl that can't see, can't read, can't eat? She can eat. Helen Keller, that one. I know there's been stories of Helen Keller being fake. I know there's been stories of Rosa Parks being like a psyop. Like it's not really like Rosa Parks, but somebody else first. That was a pregnant girl. Whole conspiracy. If y'all want more conspiracies from me to chat about it, I'm down. Let me know in the comments below. So maybe this is one of those situations. I don't know. I've not once heard this story at all. But this is the same person that was like, I forgot who. They said somebody else is gay. She just be making straight people gay for no reason.
That is until Speed introduced Lincoln to Mary Todd, his soon-to-be wife. This is when things get interesting. Now, Mary Todd was a social debutante, a high-class person who it looked good for Lincoln to marry. So Lincoln begins to court Mary Todd. However, this makes Speed jealous. And in the letters between Speed and Lincoln, you can see that the courtship put a big strain on their relationship. Speed's jealousy even led Lincoln to temporarily break up with Mary Todd. But life happens, and Speed eventually had to move.
Why did I just realize this person's shirt said divorce your Republican husband? That's so wrong.
Back to his family estate after his father's death. And when Speed got married to a woman back home, Lincoln wrote him a letter saying how he was afraid he'd be forgotten forever, and signed that letter, "Yours forever, Lincoln." Now, there's lots more evidence to Lincoln being queer. His historian said that he had a lavender streak, which is code for gay. And one of his later male partners would sleep in bed with Lincoln anytime Mary Todd wasn't around. The documentary Lover of Men goes deep into all of this. But ultimately, Lincoln's queerness does not change his greatness as a leader.
Wait, is this a real theory? That was juicy. Hold on now. We're about to find out if Lincoln was actually gay or not. And I don't know how I'm about to type with this, but we're gonna try. This is not working. Ooh. Lincoln gay. Okay, here we go. There's an ongoing debate whether Abraham Lincoln is gay, but most mainstream believe he was heterosexual. There's no documented discussion. Mary Todd, they don't accept he was gay. Mary Todd, we see a lot of the Mary Todd sexuality. This is like a whole thing. I had no idea there was like lore to this. Oh, we're gonna do a deep dive into this. I want to do something like, yeah, I'm gonna look more into this. That's actually insane. I had no idea about this. I thought that person is talking like that, but apparently this is like a big deal. I had news to me, and we're gonna dive into it. So be sure to subscribe. We're done. I'm not even gonna, the transparent urge to get a cast of my, so I can literally myself after surgery. We're done. Nope. Thank y'all for taking the time to watch this video. Happy Halloween. I hope y'all go out there, have some fun and save time. If you're not watching this during Halloween, I hope you had a good time on Halloween. I'm gonna go to the club and I'm gonna win a costume contest. Cause it can get hot, but it's fun. Look, it's all smushed. It's hot, but it's cool. I like it. This is a really cool piece. With that being said, thank you guys for taking the time to watch these videos. I appreciate it a ton, hanging out, chatting. Always a good time. I appreciate you sharing my videos too and joining the Patreon, which again, I'm a broken record and I'm gonna keep it a broken record till I mail these bad boys out. I am sending out signed Christmas cards in the Patreon. Link below. You can join my Patreon for $1 and you'll get a signed Christmas card end of 2024. So do keep note of that, and also do know, I say this at the end of every video, that you can be whoever you want to be. Just put your mind to it, go after it, and you can accomplish your goals and dreams. If there's no one out there that believes in you, do know that I actually do believe in you. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. This week has been video on video on video on video on video, which has been super fun. Have a lot going on, a lot planned, and I'm glad it's been receptive. So there will be another video soon. But it ain't gonna be how it has been every day this week. It's higher. This is my favorite meme. This is literally me. That DW right there. That's a mood. So with that being said, I'll catch you on the next video. Appreciate the love and support. Deuces.